subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
You should always reply to people with success. Whoever tries to pull you down, whoever tries to, get you into that negative zone, always reply them with success. There is Rahul Mahajan, then Sara Gurpal, then Naina, then Shardul, even Pavitra Punya. It was a big reply to all those people who used to pull her down and call her names and call her whatever. So that was a victory of, honesty and honest approach towards the show. And that was a victory that you don't need to badmouth someone or call abuses or name. So once I came out, there was a lot of information overload. There was a lot of things happening on social media. People were calling, interviews, everything. So I got a little confused initially.
Hi, welcome to India Forums again. First
Thank
of
you.
all, I see you have a different kind of smile on your face. So I'd like to know what is the reason behind the happiness now.
It's nothing, simple living and a clean thinking.
All right. So tell us how much does that smile have to do with life after Bigg Boss, that the changes that have come? Because obviously after 190 days, I believe this is feels like a new again in a certain way. So
Yeah.
how has life been?
So see, inside the house, there were only few people we used to interact with. The issues were simple, limited to inside the house. So once I came out, there was a lot of information overload. There was a lot of things happening on social media. People were calling, interviews, everything. So I got a little confused initially, but then we adapt. So now I'm back to being in the grind the way it was before. And
Right.
what remains is the lessons which I've learned inside the house. I'm a better problem solver now. I'm better at handling issues, arguments, and I'm much more stronger mentally, physically. I've lost 10 kgs. I'm much more nimble. So yeah, it's good. Life's good.
All right, sounds great. I see the Bigg Boss trophy in the background. So,
Yeah.
when Rubina's name was announced on the finale, obviously you were happy. We saw it. But what was the feeling inside your head, and what was going on inside your head, and seeing her lift the trophy and everything that followed?
So what was going on inside my head was that she has earned it. Earned it is the word, because she was there since day one. She never went out. There were a lot of people who tried pulling her down, saying things to her, making her feel bad. There were a lot of trouble creators who tried creating trouble for her. She stood her ground. People went out, came back. They had a fresh perspective of what's going on inside the show. She never had. But she was honestly doing everything, the way she is. She was handling situation like that. So that was a victory of, honesty and honest approach towards the show. And that was a victory that you don't need to badmouth someone or call abuses or name to move ahead in this so-called game. And that was a test of her inner strength. Because trust me, staying inside a house, totally disconnected from the outside world for so long is very difficult. So she proved a lot of things, and it was a big reply to all those people who used to pull her down and call her names and call her whatever. So
Right.
Victory was a reply to them.
Right. Like you mentioned, it's very difficult to stay inside the house, no phones, no gadgets, no connect from the outside world, basically. If I were to ask you, did you have any, was there any moment where you felt like quitting, or, where you felt like, because we've heard you say, right, aise nahi karna show, I'm better off, like you will probably be better off without the show. So did you have any thoughts of quitting the show? And if you did, then what kept you going?
So one thing I was very clear of, I will never quit, no matter what happens. I'm not the one who quits. I'm no quitter. But yes, I'm allowed to express my feelings when I am with Rubina or, someone close. that yaar man nahi hai aaj, I don't feel like staying here. That's, you talk, that's the self talk which we do with
Right.
ourselves. यार आज मन नहीं है, आज मन नहीं है काम पे जाने का, मुझे नहीं करना है ये, क्या मैं सही कर रहा हूँ? So those self talks, I used to share it with Rubina and with, maybe a couple of others who were close. But of course, I would never quit. I will only quit if, it was up to my self respect. Otherwise, I will never leave the battleground. मैं अपने हथियार नहीं डालता हूँ.
Right. Obviously now, like you also mentioned that there was an overload of information when we spoke last. Obviously, tab se leke abhi tak, it's been a while. So you've come to know about newer things, about what people have said, probably a lot from Rubina herself as well. The things she had to say, probably which she could not speak on the show. In a way, a lot has been spoken about your relationship. You being her better half, how there's not enough that you do, or you are pulling her down, or you're weakening her game and things like that. But now, when you see how far the both of you have come, the fact that she won the show, what do you feel about all those things, and what goes in your head when you look back and or you hear such things even now, probably?
You should always reply to people with success. Whoever tries to pull you down, whoever tries to, get you into that negative zone, always reply them with success. And that's what happened. A lot of people who called me that kuch karta nahi hai, he's not like, he's not deserving and whatever. Me staying there till the 19th week was in itself a reply to them. So, and it is normal. We live in a time where everybody has right to opinion. People will say good things, people will say bad things. And one good thing about after Bigg Boss is that earlier I never used to listen to like bad things. I never used to take it like so well. Now I'm like, okay, go ahead, it's your opinion, man. So it's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, I look at the positive side of life, much brighter side of life now.
Of course, talking about the positive side of life, and we also talk about the positive side of the show. We saw you asking her to remarry you on the show during the Valentine's week.
Yes.
We also
Yes.
spoke to Rubina, and she told us that you guys don't get enough time to discuss things yet. But if we were to ask you, then what's been going on your head on that front, and what do you have in mind? Is there a particular way you want things to go as far as you guys marrying again is concerned? And when will we see it happen?
Honestly, as of now, we haven't discussed it because we literally had no time at our leisure to discuss all this. It has been like interviews, and work calls, and running from here to there, and few personal obligations. But we will talk about it at length when we get time. But yes, we'll do something. What thing I won't like? It'll always be a surprise.
All right. Okay. Your idea to go inside the show had a lot to do with whatever was going on between the two of y'all, and like you all have mentioned that you all have come out stronger and things like that. Now when you look back, obviously ups and downs have been there. What do you feel about the decision to enter the show, and do you think that the show came to you guys at the right time in your life, in your relationship, if I were to ask?
I think yes, the timing was good. The timing was perfect. You know, through this pandemic, a lot of people lost jobs. People didn't have work, and we were locked inside a house. We were secure. We knew that nothing can come from outside. So we were able to live, freely. So it was a perfect timing. And of course, whatever was going on between me and Ruby, as far as our relationship is concerned, I told her that once we are inside the house, it will be a natural thing to watch each other's back, and it happened, and we came out stronger. So I think the timing was perfect. Just that, yes, if we would have gone separately, both me and Rubina in separate seasons, it would have been slightly easier. So that's it. But it was a good timing.
Interestingly, even when we spoke to Rubina, she had mentioned how, pros and cons are always there. And she admitted to the fact that, in a way, the bent happens to be more towards you have responsibilities and you have things to do for each other. And that, in a way, binds you in a certain way. So, what would have probably been different if you were in different seasons? If you can say something, and what do you have to say about it?
So you are trying to survive in a place, and somebody you are with, your loved one, and somebody is calling her names and calling bad things. It doesn't go well with you. So had we been in different seasons, we would have, that thing wouldn't have been there. So I think it would have been easier.
Okay. Recently, Big Boss 14 reunions have already started happening, and we saw Rubina also head out, and you guys all probably catching up with everyone. So,
Yeah.
if I were to ask you to specify some names, if you were to have a reunion, who are the people we'd see along with yours?
So there is Rahul Mahajan, then Sara Gurpal, then Naina, then Shardul, even Pavitra Punya. Like we had made plans inside the house, bahar milenge. So, and yeah, these are the people. Jaan hai, Jaan. Though he voted me out.
Now you can say this with a smile and with a laugh on your face. But do you think about it, and do you feel, I don't know, I don't know what would be the right word probably, but what goes into your head when you think about the fact that it was kind of your own people who voted you out, and your journey probably wouldn't have come to an end had it been on the audience?
Correct. So I call it. It was a stupid decision on their part. Of course, they were, thinking about their own selves. They had come with an agenda, and that agenda, I think, was to eliminate threat. Maybe one who was a very promising, strong contender. So वो agenda था उनका, और झूठ बोल के कि he's non-deserving. हालांकि they knew he's deserving. They voted me out. So, but see, that's a part of the game and the so-called show. I have judged people as far as their personalities are concerned. I knew who to talk to, who to maybe invest more time in, put effort to know him, her more, and I know who not to, like who jo dur say namaste, hello. So that clarity I have. I'm very clear about that. But,
All right.
yeah.
Last question.
Yes.
What would you say have been your takeaways from Bigg Boss? You mentioned in the beginning a little, but if you were to speak about it at length, and what do you have ahead as far as work is concerned?
So there are a lot of work calls being generated, and there are a lot of things which we are almost locking. God's kind. People are very kind. There are a lot of fans who have showered so much of love, and whatever I am is because of them. Sorry, and it just boosts the confidence when there are so many fans and people rooting for you, saying we like you, we want to see more of you. So it's a great confidence booster. And a lot of lessons were learned inside the Bigg Boss house. I'm more engaging now in arguments. I'm less of an escapist, and I have learned how to handle humiliation in a better way.
All right, I think that's about that. Thank you so much. Hoping to see you on the stage soon, and all the very best.
Yes. All right. Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.